together to make their city a better, healthier place to live. At least that's the goal of Groundwork Lawrence.
And in that city with more than its share of problems, the work shows. I bet this isn't your image of the city of Lawrence. This is the Spigot River and the recently opened Greenway, just one of the many projects of the grassroots group Groundwork Lawrence.
And our mission is really to make Lawrence a great place to live, work, and play.
They do that by testing the water quality of the river and with river cleanups.
Over 120 tons of debris have been removed from the river. This year alone, over 6.5 tons have been removed.
Groundwork Lawrence also helps build parks and community gardens. A group of high school students called the Green Team is putting its garden plots to bed for the winter right now. But in the summer, they supply fresh vegetables to farmers markets and a city soup kitchen.
I feel satisfaction knowing that I'm making some kind of difference here in Lawrence. We work with the community to really decide what needs to be done. Is it a park? Is it a playground? Is it a garden?
Heather McMahon heads the nonprofit.
I see a huge difference in the city. I mean, one vacant lot may not seem like a lot, but when all of a sudden it's growing thousands of pounds of food versus being a dumping ground for tires and diapers, it hugely impacts the people that live around it, but it just impacts overall feeling about the city.
In addition to a core group, Groundwork Lawrence also attracts hundreds of volunteers for big projects like the Spigot River cleanup.
To have just any of the outdoor spaces increases the quality of life because it gives people access to places to play, people for recreation.
And it's become a place to enjoy nature in the middle of a busy city.
What I try to get out of this is, that one day my kids will be able to grow up in this town and also be able to walk along the river.
I want people to have a sense of duty for their community. The community gives a lot to the people, and if you give back, the community will thrive.
And the team at Groundwork Lawrence has been working to make that city better now since 2001.
They did a nice job. If you'd like to learn more about their accomplishments, go to our website, cbsboston.com. And while you're there, please tell us about someone you know who's out there making a difference in our communities.
We want you to stay right here. We have much more still ahead.
That's it for us at 5. The news at 6, though, starts right now.
Whitey Bulger thrown in prison for the rest of his life.
A lot of families have been given closure.
The judge's harsh words for the mobster and the questions his victim's family still want answered.
A sweetheart deal to replace an old power plant? The lawmaker trying to fast-track the project, and it's a developer who's given to his campaign.
The cold's on its way out, but we're in the mood of skiing and snowboarding. We're out at a Ski and Snowboard Expo. We'll take a look around, give you your forecast of the upcoming weekend.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
The myth, the legend, the saga of James Bulger is now finally over.
Justice delivered to Whitey Bulger, banished from South Boston forever and sentenced to spend the rest of his life in prison. For decades, he terrorized Boston and avoided capture, but today, a judge ensured he will never enjoy another day of freedom. I'm Jack Williams.
I'm Lisa Hughes. Judge Denise Casper gave Bulger 2 life sentences plus another 5 years in prison. Casper told Bulger his crimes were, quote, unfathomable. Bulger said nothing, but attorneys promise there will be an appeal.
Tonight, Jim Armstrong brings us the drama from in the courtroom and the sentence handed down. Christina Hager has the reaction from victims' families and the investigators who chased Bulger for years. And our legal analyst, Jerry Leone, will lay out what's next for Bulger and what he owes his victims. Let's begin tonight, though, with Jim Armstrong, who has covered this trial since day one. And, Jim, we've learned Bulger already may have another court date.
Sooner rather than later, Jack. We have just confirmed officials in Florida have ordered Whitey Bulger to head down to that state to face charges in connection with his role in a murder of a man named John Callahan. Callahan is a Boston accountant who was killed in Miami, allegedly on Whitey Bulger's orders. So on one hand, this saga is close to an end, but on another hand, there's a lot more of the story to tell.
He was sent out of there in his nice jumpsuit, what he'll be dying in, and it is a good feeling.
If victims' families had harsh words for Whitey Bulger, so did Judge Denise Casper. At his sentencing, she looked him in the eye and told him the scope, the callousness, the depravity of your crimes are almost unfathomable.
We all know there's much, much more. And so rather than
divert the focus and blame one person. There should be a ledger where every single person who has accountability should be held responsible, and that simply hasn't happened.
Prosecutors agree Bulger could only have led his life of crime with tremendous help from corrupt federal officials.
Today was vindication. Today, the honest people in law enforcement, who are the vast, vast majority, prevail.
But Bulger's awful association with the FBI tarnishes the Department of Justice to this day. But according to the judge, Bulger himself also tarnishes all of Boston. You have over time and in certain quarters become a face of this city, she said. That is regrettable. You, sir, do not represent this city. There is hope now that perhaps a pair of life sentences can rehabilitate both images.
We have to work really, really hard to sort of make up for that and show that we are interested in protecting the public and making sure that those most responsible for the violence in this case are held accountable.
Lead defense attorney J.W. Carney confirmed this afternoon Bulger will appeal. The grounds for that appeal, according to Carney, will be that Bulger still contends he didn't get to mount the defense he wanted to, the immunity defense that he had hoped to mount this summer. Live outside federal court in Boston, Jim Armstrong, WBZ News. Lisa?
Jim, thank you. And today's sentencing marks the end of 18 remarkable years that started when Whitey Bulger fled Boston in December of 1995. He was indicted just weeks later. The FBI wound up chasing him around the world, investigating reports of sightings in London, in Latin America, in Uruguay, and also in Spain. Bulger was finally arrested in this country in June of 2011 in Southern California. He came back to Boston the next day and waited here to stand trial. Our team coverage continues now with Christina Hager. And Christina, I know you talked with people today who thought this day might never come.
Well, Lisa, one retired state police investigator told me just what you said, that he never thought he would live to see this day. And now that it's here, he says he doesn't ever want to hear about Whitey Bulger again. But some people actually had smiles on their faces when they were coming out of the courtroom just because this is finally over.
Today felt really good. I feel relieved.
For some, spilling out of the federal courthouse, it's like being able to exhale after decades of holding their breath.
I think I do have closing.
For some, it's not over yet.
Moving forward, we still have a battle.
Kathleen Nichols' father, Eddie Connors, was killed in a phone booth.
Now it's time for the government to be accountable.
Another victim's son calls for Whitey's brother, Billy Bulger, to be punished for not helping with the investigation.
You shouldn't be able to be a lawmaker in our country and then play both sides of the coin.
Retired State Police Colonel Tom Foley, who spent a career focused on bringing Bulger to justice, this day oddly unsettling for him.
I'm just questioning if the next Whitey Bulger is right around the corner, because we have not really made significant changes that we need to in the business.
Do you think that this is over?
Yeah, because, I mean, unfortunately, yes. You know, I mean, the investigators on this case now, we're all exhausted, and, you know, we're on our way out pasture, and I think everybody gave it all they had. I don't know how many people can have the appetite or go through what we went through over the years, you know, to get this done.
And with that, you could say this particular saga is over, but the ripple effect continues, and there will be people who continue to fight for justice, just on different levels. At Federal Courthouse in South Boston, Christina Hager, WBZ News. Jack, back to you.
Thank you, Christina. Bulger was ordered to pay his victims restitution of nearly $20 million. When Bulger was arrested, federal agents seized more than $820,000, but that money may have already been spent on other legal settlements against Bulger. Well, throughout this long trial, former Middlesex County DA Jerry Leone has helped us clarify everything that has gone on.
And Jerry joins us now from the courthouse. Jerry, we know that Florida prosecutors want to try Bulger next, so how would that work?
Well, what will happen is there's a detainer that's been lodged behind Bulger, and that means that that's his ticket to Florida. Behind that case, they'll then lodge a detainer, and that'll be his ticket to Oklahoma. So the prosecutors in both states, Florida and Oklahoma, can make him, can prosecute him for the crimes in those states.
Meanwhile, Bulger's defense, we heard our reports say that they're promising to appeal. I know they were not allowed to talk about the immunity deal that Bulger supposedly had. Well, how successful can that kind of an appeal be?
Well, it's a legitimate, incredible claim, but it's not anything that I think prosecutors have anything to worry about. I think these verdicts are sound. This case was tried very well. It was judged very well, and I think that the verdicts will be sound ones that won't be tipped.
Let me ask you, Jerry, he was also ordered to pay millions of dollars in restitution. Where would that money come from?
Well, right now, that money is not in the government's hands. The forfeiture order, which is a personal forfeiture order against Whitey Bulger, is for over $19 million. But unless and until the government can uncover monies or assets that they don't have, then that will remain unsatisfied.
Jerry Leone, again, thanks so much for all your help. Judge Casper had a lot to say about Bulger, about his crimes and his impact on Boston. You can read her full remarks on CBSBoston.com.
Well, to weather now, and when these mild temperatures move away and the cold settles in to stay, a lot of us are going to make the most of it by heading to the mountains, which makes this the perfect time to check in with our chief meteorologist, Eric Fisher, who's live at the Ski and Snowboard Expo in Boston. Eric?
Well, you know, if you want to relax in the summer, you've got your Adirondack chair, you put it out there on the beach, you soak in the sun. In the winter, you get an Adirondack chair, but you put skis as the backboard. You can find a little bit of everything out here at the Ski and Snowboard Expo. A lot of folks, big crowd on Thursday. It's the first day. Goes through the weekend, and with the cold weather recently, a lot of us getting into the mood to head up to the slopes. There will be one opening in Massachusetts this weekend, and that is Wachusett. A couple trails will be opening up there. Take a look at what's going on tonight. Not as cold as it has been. Most towns are in the 40s, and in terms of overnight lows, they won't get as chilly as last two nights either. So we're on the upswing. If you look at the trends, we made the low 50s today, mid to upper 50s tomorrow. 50s through the weekend, and even some 60s possible for Monday. So it's a mild trend for now. You've got a lot of errands, you want to take care of it. Anything outdoors, work on those huge piles of leaves. Tonight's lows generally back in the 30s, and then that is pretty reasonable for this time of year. And once we move past that, into next week, another cold blast. If you want to think about snowmaking, we'll definitely have that opportunity. We'll talk more about when that arrives and how cold it will be. We'll take a look around here, even talk to a former U.S. Olympic ski team member in just a few minutes. Lisa, Jack, back to you.
Yeah, we'll look forward to it, Eric. Thanks. Coming up next on WBZ News, replacing an old, outdated power plant. But the language slipped into a bill on Beacon Hill that has homeowners worried about what is coming next.
Getting the truth is getting expensive. Why taxpayers are paying more every day for the election in Lawrence.
And flying south forever. Why one of Boston's ducks is leaving the nest.
Skiers! It's the Boston.com Ski and Snowboard Expo presented by Subaru of New England.
Save on ski and snowboard gear.
Ski passes and trips.
Catch the Olympic Air Show in Long Trail Spirit Garden.
Ski and Snowboard Expo November 14th through 17th at the World Trade Center. Tickets at onthesnow.com.
Veterans Day sale has been extended through this Sunday. Cabot House is offering triple bonus savings with everything on sale, free delivery, and 12-month interest-free financing. From traditional to contemporary and even casual, Cabot House is New England's leading furniture and design resource. Visit the largest selection of quality home furnishings in New England. Our talented design team offers complimentary in-home design services. And right now, enjoy the biggest savings of the year during our Veterans Day sales event with triple bonus savings. Sale ends this Sunday, 6 p.m. at Cabot House.
Hi. Hi. Do you do free exam and x-rays?
Exam and x-rays? Yes.
Free?
No.
No free exam and x-rays.
Exam, yes. X-rays, yes. Free? No.
You're nodding yes, but saying no.
Yes to no. No.
Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Are my first exam and x-rays free?
Completely free.
Free?
Zip, zero, nada.
Nice.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth, like offering free exams and x-rays. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
Don't miss the Boston Home Show and Bridal Expo, coming to Cruiseport, Boston this weekend. Each day, you can win an all-inclusive vacation to Aruba, free admission and free parking. The Boston Home Show and Bridal Expo. Visit thebostonhomeshow.com for more details.
I will defeat it. It will not defeat me.
I never thought I was different. It was never really concerning me. It's like, this is who I am, and you do the best with what you got. There's obstacles in life, there's obstacles on this course. It's how you deal with them and how you're able to overcome that defines a person.
Meet Mike
Mike and Sarah from New England. Their Prius gives them 50 mpg, which saves them over $6,000 in fuel costs over 5 years versus the average car. Toyota Prius, a very, very smart choice. Ask someone you know who drives one.
Get in gear for excitement at Foxwoods Resort Casino. You can win the ultimate luxury ride on November 24th, when someone will walk away with a Cadillac XTS guaranteed. Earn entries through November 23rd by playing your favorite slot machines and table games with your Foxwoods Rewards card. Plus, come experience the all-new Grand Pequot Tower. Book one of the new luxurious rooms and discover Foxwoods yourself at Foxwoods Resort Casino. It's all happening right now at the new Foxwoods Resort Casino.
Skiers!
Boarders!
It's the Boston.com Ski and Snowboard Expo presented by Subaru of New England.
Save on ski and snowboard gear.
Ski passes and trips.
Catch the Olympic Air Show in Long Trail Spear Garden.
Ski and Snowboard Expo, November 14th through 17th at the World Trade Center. Tickets at onthesnow.com.
Well, this is a grim mystery tonight. Human remains found in 2 separate local towns. Police say body parts were discovered in a burning barrel in Bridgewater last night, and then this morning, someone found a charred human torso in Hyde Park. Police tonight will only say these 2 cases may be connected.
You know, on the surface, it certainly sounds like a great idea, replacing the old polluting Salem power plant with a cleaner, more efficient complex. But opponents say a state representative is trying to let the plant's developer skip some key steps in the permitting process. And as Karen Anderson shows us, that developer is a big supporter of the lawmakers' campaigns.
What does the future of this power plant have to do with a bill on gas leaks?
I'm just aghast that a gas leak bill, which is supposed to protect us, is now being held hostage so to profit one company.
The lawyer made famous by the movie A Civil Action is part of a group outraged by the process to overhaul this shuttered power plant in Salem.
There's absolutely no justification for favoring a company and exempting them from our rules and laws meant to protect us.
The company Footprint Energy wants to tear down the old coal plant and replace it with a brand new and larger natural gas plant. Representative John Keenan added the project to a bill on gas safety.
It's really sad that Chairman Keenan would try to hijack a bill like this that's so important to so many stakeholders for a sweetheart deal for a power plant in his district.
Do you think adding something like a power plant into a gas leaks bill is a good way of doing business?
It's a gas power plant. It's a natural gas power plant. They've been through every regulatory hoop and hurdle that they could get through at every step of the way.
Critics also questioned $2,000 in donations to Representative Keenan from Footprint Energy employees.
It has no impact on any of the decisions that I make or how I do.
While some neighbors oppose the plan, others support Representative Keenan's work to power it back up.
We need something for energy.
This bill now goes to the House Ways and Means Committee, and Keenan hopes they'll take it up in the next session in January. In Salem, Karen Anderson, WBZ News.
Well, let's talk about the weather. You know, a lot of people this time of year get very excited about the upcoming ski season, and it's right on our doorstep.
And I love seeing Eric at the Ski and Snowboard Expo, because this is where we start to see what's new this season. And I gotta say, Eric, those chairs you were in front of a moment ago, before you were in front of the Mobile AccuWeather Lab, were pretty nice.
It's tough to get up, but you know, we're going to do our thing. We're going to walk around to give you a little flavor of what's going on. If you can't make it down here this weekend, but we hope you can. We've got our Mobile AccuWeather Lab inside. We've got a booth set up. You got a chance to enter in our snowfall contest, and you can talk to our team. Danielle Niles is here, big friends, chatting with everybody, and we're going to have Barry Burbank down here and Todd Guttner through the course of the weekend. If you want to come on out and soak it up, of course, the cold weather has been getting us in the mood. Take a look at what's going on, and in general, the cold air is starting to moderate just a little bit. It's the same air mass, and it's been under an area of high pressure, and over time, it starts to warm up as it sits over the same spots. So we're talking about generally 30s and 40s, even some 50s today on the map. And in terms of rain, there's none really in the vicinity. You have to go way out to the west with the gathering cold fronts. That's where most of the clouds are as well. And so tonight, with mainly clear skies, those temperatures will be able to fall off into the 30s, which you get to mid-November. That is par for the course. Definitely bundle up a little bit. We're heading out and about, but not as bad as some recent nights earlier this week. Tomorrow morning, we wake up. It'll be a chilly start, but in the afternoon, it is really going to feel like an excellent day. After some days that we had in the 30s on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're in the mid to upper 50s tomorrow afternoon. So you can run outside if you've been waiting. Which day do I exercise outdoors? Tomorrow's your day. Round of golf, no issues. should be a beautiful afternoon. Now, as we take a look at what happens over the weekends, a little weak cold front will pass Friday night to early Saturday. That'll bring some cloud cover. And then on Sunday, our southerly flow will start to bring a little more clouds as well. But the idea is a mix of sun and clouds, slightly above average temperatures for both days, and not much wind for either day. I know many of us have a huge pile of leaves brewing somewhere in the yard. This is going to be a good weekend to take care of it. And if you're getting in the early holiday spirit, maybe put up the lights now while it's a little bit comfortable. Your WBZ AccuWeather 7-day forecast shows the next storm system arriving on Monday. That's going to bring with it a shot of some heavy rain, some wind, and then that moves through late on Monday. We'll cool down in a big way after that. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The coldest days next week, and then it'll be snowmaking again. Let's talk a little bit about that snowmaking. Someone who knows a lot about it. That's Pam Fletcher. She was an '88 Olympian, homegrown, right here in Massachusetts.
Right here in Massachusetts. And you were talking about snowmaking? Well, the important thing about snowmaking is understanding that snowmaking is really a science. So you have to pay close attention to the weather. That's why we watch you all the time.
You know the way to my heart, right off the bat. All right, so let's talk about learning to ski. Now that we're at the beginning of the season, and a lot of folks may be thinking about it, or young kids that are up and coming.
Yep.
What's the best advice for you as someone who just reached the pinnacle of skiing?
Well, the best advice I can give is you want to get into a program. If you can, get into a 6-week program. At the Neshoba Valley Ski Area, we have a multi-week program that's 6 weeks long. You pick one day, same time every day, and you come for as little as $210, and you learn how to ski through a graduated process so that you can work on your skills in between your lessons.
You were giving me a little bit of a lesson on stance and practicing, so give us the run through here. Yeah, sure.
All right, so first of all with stance, remember I said you want to push against me, bend your knees. Yeah, see that? Feel that?
All right.
Now you're on the balls of your feet, right? Instead of being like way in the back seat, you want to be forward. Then the other thing that I would want you to try is turn your skis sideways and use a little angulation, and then don't let me pull you over now. Now, don't bend over that way. Get over the front of your feet. Stand up. There you go. Much better. Much better.
See, anyone, even a lowly meteorologist can do it. Thank you so
Well,
much.
I hope to get you out on the slopes in Neshoba and show you how it's really done.
You can do that, absolutely.
Okay, great.
And watching that cold forecast when snow will return to Massachusetts. All right, Jack, Lisa, back to you.
Very impressive, Eric. Thanks. Talking about another streak on the line tonight, this time the Bruins.
Yeah, by the way, I'll volunteer to hold Pam Fletcher's hands.
Yes. Eric made a nice dance partner, too.
Bruins doing, son.
Yes, at the Garden. We'll see what happens. Bruins wrapping up a 5-game homestand tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets. They won't see old friend Nathan Horton. He's still at least a month away from playing after undergoing shoulder surgery. Chad Johnson, by the way, gets the start in goal for the Bees. Speaking of former Bruins, check out this empty net goal by Tyler Seguin last night in Edmonton. First the steal, then from his knees, he flicks it down the length of the ice while falling onto his back, and it still finds the empty net. Watch the replay there. The beauty of a shot there for Seguin, his 8th goal of the season as the Stars win in Edmonton. Meanwhile, the Patriots continue to prepare for Monday night showdown against the Panthers down in Carolina. Safety Steve Gregory was the only player not to practice today because of an injured thumb, but the rest of the walking wounded were out there. And Levin Reed says the Pats could use them all on Monday night.
An extra day to prepare for Carolina, and that's a good thing for the Patriots. First, hopefully Aqib Talib will be ready to go because stopping Panthers wide receiver Steve Smith will be a chore.
He bring it every Sunday or Monday or whenever the game is. Steve gonna bring it, man. I think you competitive like that, you're gonna be pretty successful.
And at quarterback, Cam Newton can do it all. He can beat you through the air and run you into the ground with his legs. The Patriots defenders will have to be ready.
He's that dual threat guy that, when he's back throwing the ball, he can just pull it down and run for a first down. So that's always tough. As a defensive lineman, that's like your responsibility to, stop the quarterback from scrambling and making those plays.
Now, the Carolina Panthers defense, they can get after the quarterback. They have 29 sacks as a team this season. The Pats, on the other hand, are having trouble protecting Tom Brady. He's been sacked 26 times this year. Last year, the whole season, only 27 times. Coach says the breakdowns are all over the line.
Overall production just doesn't, it's not where we want it to be or where it's been at some other points in time.
A lot of work for the Pats to do. With the Patriots, I'm Levin Reed, WBZ Sports.
All right, Levin, another football news. The New York Jets signed Ed Reed today after he was released earlier in the week by the Houston Texans. At practice today, Reed said the Patriots did indeed show interest in signing him. However, the hard-hitting safety played for Jets head coach Rex Ryan while the two were together in Baltimore a number of years back. And not much Red Sox doing these days down in Florida as the GM meetings wind up. Despite reports to the contrary, the Red Sox have yet to make an offer to Mike Napoli, who's a free agent. Napoli hitting .259 with 23 home runs while playing great defense as the Sox
full-time first baseman this past season, and just in, AL Miguel Cabrera is the American League MVP, and Andrew McCutchen of the Pirates, the National League MVP. So there you go.
Thank you,
But the Red
Dan.
Sox still won the World Series.
Yes, they did. That's a good thing. CBS Evening News is coming up next at 6:30.
And Scott Pelley joins us live from New York right now with a preview. Scott?
Lisa, Jack, great to be with you in Boston. You never see a president take personal responsibility for a failed federal program the way the president did today at the White House. We will show you what he had to say and also get the reaction of insurance companies that are very skeptical about reinstating these insurance plans that the president asked them to reinstate today. We'll explain it all to you and how this will affect health care going forward on the CBS Evening News in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Scott. Still to come, cleared for takeoff, the new system to protect passengers and pilots that Logan is getting before any airport in the country.
The Philippines has been devastated by Typhoon Haiyan. Thousands have lost their lives and there's been massive property damage.
The victims urgently need your help.
Visit cbsboston.com for information or to make a donation. CBS Boston cares.
CBS Tonight.
Good news, Detective.
Sherlock Holmes is prepared to follow the evidence.
Think I might be able to narrow your search.
But is he prepared? I spoke with Father. He's perturbed to leave New York.
My father's displeased and he wants me back in London.
What are you saying?
We could both move to London. I feel as I've thrived here, not because of who I am, but because of who I've come to know.
Discover a new elementary. CBS Tonight.
Looking for something a little different for your home? At Circle Furniture, we offer gorgeous upholstery, stylish rugs and accessories, and beautiful New England-made hardwood furniture. Order today for holiday delivery. Circle Furniture, made for real life.
You've worked hard to live your best life. And Rite Aid has what you need to keep you there, including a free review of Medicare Part D prescription plans with a pharmacist. Get the right information to pick the plan with the best value based on your Rite Aid prescriptions and avoid the possibility of overpaying, as plans can change year to year. And another Wellness 65 Plus benefit, save 20% off almost everything the first Wednesday of every month. Enroll free today.
At Jeep, we're giving you everything you need this holiday with Jeep Grand Cherokee, Jeep Wrangler, and an all-new Jeep Cherokee. And that means you can give a little something back. Black Friday starts now at the Jeep Big Finish event. Lease the 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 for $359 a month for well-qualified lessees.
Sometimes, less is more, especially when it comes to knee surgery. See, this apple represents your knee. With total knee replacement, the entire surface has to be removed. But with the Oxford Partial Knee from Biomed, you keep up to 75% of your healthy knee for a more rapid recovery with less pain, more natural motion, and a lifetime implant replacement warranty. The new study also shows Oxford patients were more than twice as likely to be satisfied with their ability to perform daily activities compared to total knee patients. Not all patients are candidates for partial knee replacement. Risks include, but are not limited to, loosening, dislocation, fracture, wear, and infection, any of which can require additional surgery. Only your surgeon can tell if this surgery is right for you. Why get a total knee if all you need is a partial? The Oxford Partial Knee. For a surgeon in your area, go to oxfordknee.com. Entertaining this holiday season? Get your home holiday ready with gorgeous furniture from Circle Furniture. Our American-made upholstery comes in exciting fabrics and styles. Order today for holiday delivery. Circle Furniture, made for real life.
The U.S. Attorney will not fight an appeals court decision that threw out a convicted killer's death sentence. Remember, the court overturned Gary Lee Sampson's death sentence because a juror lied during the penalty phase of the trial. Well, Sampson admitted carjacking and killing 3 people. That was back in 2001. The case heads back to the original court, and the judge will now ask prosecutors whether they want to hold a new death penalty trial or whether they just want to let Sampson spend the rest of his life in prison.
The bills are piling up in the Lawrence recount, starting with the police detail. An officer guards the ballots in the mayor's race around the clock. The Eagle Tribune reports the cost of that detail is rising. It could top $25,000 by this coming weekend. City Councilor Daniel Rivera beat incumbent William Lantigua by 57 votes, and Lantigua has formally requested a recount.
Hey, Logan Airport is about to get a safety system unlike anything else. Tomorrow, Massport and the FAA will unveil the first system in the country that scans an entire runway looking for debris. Right now, inspectors have to do it themselves and shutting down the runway in the meantime. Well, this system will scan the runway automatically to find anything that could damage an aircraft. Well, it is the ultimate souvenir.
When we come back, one of Boston's duck boats sets out on an epic road trip.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Harvey. Take advantage of new lower prices and a $200 rebate from Harvey. Visit HarveyBP.com.
He's a well-paid public official in a local town. But instead of working hard, the IT found him hardly working.
It's not right for us to be paying his salary.
So with a full-time job, why is he showing up only half the time?
Joe Short's with Channel 4. What do you have to say to the taxpayers? No comment.
The I-Team, tonight on WBPZ News at 11.
At Mako, we're experts in both collision repair and auto painting. We've serviced over 17 million cars and offer a nationwide warranty. So come to the body shop that's easy, affordable, and reliable. Mako, America's body shop.
Ooh, now it's love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, now it's love. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Subaru takes you safely on adventures and brings you home memories. Buy a brand new 2014 all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza, well equipped for only $17,895.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Toy truck and tractor make a powerful team. Both have flashing lights and sounds. The motorized tractor has working front and back buckets to handle all your adventures. Only $27.99 in Hess stations or online. Energizer batteries included. Happy holidays from Hess.
What's coming?
A train.
Are we going to ride the train?
Yeah. Look at how it goes to us. Oh my goodness.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Hey, we gotta be safe. Stand back.
Be there for the excitement as the curtain goes up. The sights, the sounds, the dazzling sets, sparkling costumes, the magical music of the orchestra. As Boston Ballet presents Mikko Nissinen's production of The Nutcracker. Traditional, yet reimagined. A holiday treat for the whole family. Opening November 29th at the Boston Opera House. Boston's #1 holiday tradition will sell out. Visit bostonballet.org today. Presented by State Street Corporation.
At Mako, we're experts in both collision repair and auto painting. We've serviced over 17 million cars and offer a nationwide warranty. So come to the body shop that's easy, affordable, and reliable. Mako, America's body shop.
On foot patrols like this, it is a daily reality. Afghans out in front, backed up by American soldiers.
A world of original reporting on the CBS Evening News.
Tonight on WBZ News at 11, cities and towns have tight budgets and employees are working hard to make ends meet. But tonight at 11, the I-Team finds one well-paid town department head who hardly works at all. Well, tonight we say bon voyage. One of Boston's duck boats is on a very long road trip.
Charlie River is now on his way to Alabama. That's where the boat's new owner, Red Sox pitcher Jake Peavy, lives. Peavy, of course, bought the boat after a very enjoyable test run, the World Series victory parade. Peavy owns a ranch down there in Alabama and sits right on the Alabama River.
Perfect place for a duck boat.
There you go. That does it for us.
Good night.